Alicia's back tonight. What are you expecting from her? Is there any minutes restriction on her?
Nope, no restrictions on my. Excited to get her back in the mix. Just looking for her veteran leadership, her punch, her voice, really more than anything, to continue to bring us some organization.
What's it been like just seeing that injury report shrink?
Yeah, I think we have 11 today. I think is that the most we've had available all year? It's wild, but grateful that we're getting people healthy and starting to get a full squad together.
How important is it for you as you get players back to try to build some positive momentum on this last stretch of the season?
Yeah, especially now with this homestand, right? 3 more. Tough one yesterday, but short-term memory, get to turn it back right now, tonight, and play a New York team that is one of the best teams in the league. So step right up to the plate and embrace that challenge. And yeah, try to get back to protecting home floor and making this place electric, and just excited for them to be able to get right back at it today.
What kind of litmus test, I guess, is it to compete against a team that they're the reigning champions and they're a favorite this year?
Yeah, we'll see just how our competitive nature shows out. Again, they're missing players as well, right? Stewart's out, Sabali's out, Burke is out, so they're a little undermanned as well. But that's the nature of this league, right? Nobody feels sorry for anybody. People are chomping at the bit for opportunities, and so you're going to see everyone's best. And so I'm excited for our team to show their best regardless of who is on the other side.
It seems like more and more this season, or more this season than any season before, we're seeing rest designations on the injury reports. Obviously Paige yesterday at the front end of the back-to-back. I guess I'm curious, as the league continues to look at expanding games, especially with this new CBA, how do you combat player safety and health of going through a grueling season, but also making sure players are available for nationally televised games and so fans can see them when they might take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. It's a tough balance, and you hope that our league gets to a place where these women don't need to play year round. It's getting there, but you still see Kenny Burke, I think, is one of them. She's playing overseas a lot, so then they finish the overseas season, they jump right back into a season. So health and safety is first and foremost, and so teams have to do what they have to do to protect their players first and foremost before just putting them out there if they're not in a good place to be able to perform. So, but it's a balance, right? Because I get it, it's entertainment and people pay good money to see these players, but you got to protect their health and wellness first.
It's a little bit unusual outside of a postseason series to play the same team this many times in such a short period. Does that impact at all how you scout or how you kind of alter your scout game to game?
Well, first time playing them, we've been watching them all year, and then of course, first time we play them is without the biggest piece of their team, so we'll see how they look, right? You've got 3/4 of a sample size versus LA, but they're just extremely different without Stewart on the floor. So we'll see, and then we'll see if they get her back, and then we'll see when Mieseman's back. So there's just, if we could play 3 different teams each time we play New York, you just never know.
Beyond the final statistics and everything, what do you look for when Paige goes up against such a good player like Sabrina Ionescu?
One more time?
So what do you look for when she goes up against a player like that, beyond the final box score?
Yeah, just level of compete, right? Just look forward to opportunities to go against the best. And again, she'll tell you, it's not about Paige versus Sabrina at all, right? It's our team versus their team. But you look at what Sabrina's been able to do in this league, and that's Paige is young and a rookie and is looking to establish herself, and she certainly will. So it's not Paige and Sabrina, but anytime they're matched up against each other, I'm sure there's going to be an extra level of compete and fight and grit. So you'll see some good battles, I'm sure.
You've talked about community and building this locker room and bringing players together, and it seems like that goal has been accomplished based on the interactions we see on the bench, the way we see this team outside of basketball. Do you feel that you can kind of hold on to that as a success, regardless of what the final record is?
Yeah, I think we've got to continue that. This team is super connected in the locker room, and that's wonderful. And we've got to be better on the floor. And better won't always equate to wins and losses, but I just want us to play a more disciplined brand of basketball on both sides of the ball. And so every day just striving to hold ourselves individually more accountable, and then collectively just to higher standards. But for sure, when you have a base of we like each other, you can grow from there.
I don't know if you can really answer this at this point, but with so much of this team going into free agency, do you feel like as you're playing, as you're taking game by game, you're also trying to recruit or re-recruit your own players for the future?
For sure. It's a little bit of everything. This is going to be a very unique off season with the new CBA. So yes, you're trying to establish a foundation and create an environment that people want to be a part of and want to be back. It's going to be a wild off season.
What do you anticipate with the trade deadline? Because usually in the WNBA you don't see a lot of player movement as the season goes on. But this year we've already seen some significant changes, whether that be signings or whatever. So I guess I'm just curious, as a team that is in your guys' positions, how do you maybe approach this as it gets closer?
Yeah, I'll leave that to Kurt, but I'll say, it's interesting, right? When you have teams that are right there and, is this their window? Do they need to add one more piece and really go for it? It's unique because everybody's a free agent, and are you willing to give up a longer-term asset to really take a swing at it for this year? So that'll be the questions that all these GMs are asking themselves in the next 2 weeks. But yeah, we'll see what kind of movement ends up happening.
Christian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, kind of a two-part for you. As far as New York, despite Stevie not being out, they're still one of the best teams, especially when it comes to DHO, shooting on 70%. It's kind of wondering, that one thing that you noticed in the team that you've been watching, they're still having a team in first year. How do you manage kind of being constructive, but also being your point across to know when you're bad habits, these are good habits, and not sustain the
New York is, they're number one in the league in scoring, and they really take advantage of your mistakes. Number one in the league in points off turnovers, number one in the league in fast break points. Those two are pretty related. So top three in defensive rating too. So, they're solid. They've got all sorts of length across the board. They keep you in front. They contest shots, and then they run. So we've got to, one, take care of the ball, and then two, get back. We were exploited last night in transition with the Aces. We need to have a much better night in transition and make them have to play in the half court some. So that's going to be the key. And then as far as building our discipline, again, it's all through film and just trying to get them to focus small and see it. And then when we do have opportunities to get on the court here in the second half, just trying to rep and build some muscle memory for our young group.
Coach, thank you.